Have you ever told yourself this time, I'm different, only to watch yourself make the same choices as before? Maybe you swore you'd start waking up earlier, stop procrastinating, or finally set boundaries. But a week later, it's like nothing changed. And that's frustrating, right? Because in your mind, you felt different. You believed you had changed. But here's the hard truth. You are not who you think you are what you repeatedly do. Real change isn't about what's happening in your head, it's about what's happening in your actions. That's what we're diving into today. In this video, you'll learn why feeling different isn't the same as being different, how your actions reinforce or undo your identity shift, and the key to making transformation stick in real life. By the end of this video, you'll understand why most people stay stuck in their old patterns even when they feel like they've changed, and how to break out of the cycle. Here's where most people get stuck. They experience a breakthrough, maybe from a book, a seminar, or a deep conversation. It shifts their perspective. They feel like they've evolved. And because they feel different, they assume they are different. But the mind plays tricks on us. Feeling inspired doesn't mean you've transformed. You can tell yourself a new story about who you are, but if your actions don't align, the old identity is still running the show. Think of it this way. If someone who never works out suddenly believes they're an athlete, but never goes to the gym, are they actually an athlete? No, because identity isn't something you claim. It's something you prove through action. Most people believe identity shapes action, and it does. But what they don't realize is that action also shapes identity. Every choice you make reinforces who you believe you are. If you tell yourself you're disciplined, but you keep hitting snooze, your brain doesn't buy it. If you say you're committed to personal growth, but your habits don't change, your old self still has control. This is why transformation fails for so many people. They wait until they feel like their new self before they act like them. But the secret is this. If you want to change your identity, you have to act like that person first, even before you believe it. The discomfort you feel, that's the old identity fighting for control. And if you let it win, nothing changes. The fastest way to shift your identity isn't through thinking, it's through action. Here's how. 1. Choose one small high-impact action that your future self would do. Not a massive overhaul, one shift. Ask yourself, what would the future me do differently today? 2. Take uncomfortable but aligned action. Act before you feel ready. If you already were this new version of yourself, what decision would you make right now? 3. Track micro wins to reinforce the shift. Every time you follow through, you prove to yourself that you are this new version of you. If you repeat this enough, your brain will have no choice but to accept it. Think about learning a new language. You could study grammar, listen to audio lessons, and understand all the rules. But if you never speak the language, your brain won't believe you're fluent. Transformation works the same way. You can consume all the self-improvement content in the world, but if you don't act differently, your brain won't believe you've changed. That's why people stay stuck. They intellectually know what to do, but they don't embody it. If you want real change, you have to behave like the person you say you're becoming. If you want to know who you really are, don't look at your thoughts. Look at your daily choices. Because your habits are your real identity. Are your actions proving the story you want to believe about yourself? Or are they reinforcing the old one? I once worked with someone who was convinced they'd overcome self-doubt. They told me, I've done the work. I trust myself now. So I asked, okay, what's one big decision you've made this week that reflects that? They hesitated because the truth was they hadn't acted differently at all. They still avoided risks. They still questioned themselves. That moment changed everything for them. The moment they took the action, their confidence was no longer just a concept, it was real. What's one action you could take today that your future self would be proud of? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what this brings up for you. If this resonated with you and you want to go deeper into shifting your internal patterns so they actually show up in your life, there's a process I've created that helps you do just that. I'll leave a link below if you want to check it out. And if you want more insights like this, you can find me on Instagram at Mike Wang Coaching, or join my weekly newsletter where I share more on this kind of transformation. No pressure, just an open invitation. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.